Glory be to God, to the Most High. I give glory to God. I greet you all. Today, what we're going to share about is about despise or despising, to look down upon with disfavor. This dictionary also says to scorn, to spurn, to disdain. Now, looking down on anyone is not something good, which we don't want, which is obvious, but most times we do it. I'll start by giving an example. A few years ago in the late 80s, where I was working, it happened to me unfortunately. The clutch failed. When the clutch failed, I tried to maneuver, getting to the working place of the wife of my boss, who those days it is not communication that was easy. It was not communication was not easy as it is today. So the wife of my boss called him, and I was told to take the vehicle over to Afro Motors. This was a 305 Peugeot. So after working upon it, he went and picked it, but the clutch still didn't perform as it was originally. So after some time, he took it, just a day, 2 days, he took it back to Afro Motors to be repaired. As he was driving out, despising is what we're talking about. Despise is what we're talking about today, sharing. He was advised by one of the workmates there that there is a certain gentleman along Sir Apollo. He repairs vehicles just along the roadside, just opposite the school. So he drove to that place, inquiring where this guy was. So when he reached there, he approached him that he had been advised to bring this vehicle over. And he wanted to check out his qualifications. This guy was a cool guy. He said, me, I've never studied, but those who gave you directions to come over here were sure I'll do a good job. A soft-speaking fellow. So my boss had no choice. So he gave him the vehicle. And then they opened, they removed the gearbox, they removed the clutch disc, the clutch pressure, and he advised him to go and look for a seal in Afro Motors. This was a Saturday. He said, you better hurry up, they work half day. So he said, now, what about the clutch disc? He said, this one we just clean it up, washing it with petrol, which actually they did. So by coming back, it had not dried. But soon after, it did. So they fixed everything. And this guy looks like he knew how to fix the seal, which those fellas of Afro Motors were not good at. So he gave him the vehicle to test it, and the performance was tick. So, as I shared earlier, what we are talking about sharing now today is despise. It happened to me also. We have a TV, this old type, so we developed problems. The guy was helping us with the technician to fix it. He tried 1, 2, 3 times. He said, this one's a gone case. You better go in for a flat screen TV. At that time, finances were not doing very well. So my wife, talking with somebody else, he recommended a small fellow, very small, soft-spoken guy. He didn't look smart enough to be able to do this, but he worked on first time. Second time, even it's now 7 years, we still have the TV working. Let's ask ourselves again. We don't want to be despised, but do we? Don't we despise other people? So going through the scriptures and the times when Jesus Christ was picking his disciples, one of the disciples told the other, I've seen him whom was talked about in the scriptures. Then this other disciple said, can anything good come out of Nazareth? Despising. Goliath, still in the scriptures. He gave a challenge to Israel to have one person that he can hustle with. I think it took around 40 days, and then David came out. So when Goliath looked at David, he said, are you coming with me with a stick? You think I'm a dog or something? despising. So David used that tool, locally made, threw a stone coming into here for his forehead. Goliath to the ground, gets his sword. That is David getting Goliath's sword, cutting off his what? His head. So, despising is what we shared today. Trevor UG, that's what I have. Cheerio. God bless.